The bright side of addiction is recovery. And recovery is an American way of life. Hi, everyone. I'm Neil Scott. If you are new to our podcast, we welcome you. If you have been here before, welcome back. And if you are in recovery or know or love someone who is, or perhaps you simply want to know more about the recovery process, or maybe you're a bit concerned about someone you know or love who harmfully uses alcohol or any other drug, this is the podcast for you, as we carry the message of hope and the promise of recovery. And a reminder that you can find all of our podcasts at recoverycoasttocoast.org. Recent episodes have featured interviews with a three-time Olympic gold medal champion, award-winning actress Mackenzie Phillips, former astronaut Buzz Aldrin, former NFL legend Thomas Hollywood Henderson, and Broadway star Ben Vereen, and many other prominent people in long-term recovery, plus conversations with everyday people in long-term recovery. Now, on today's program, we're going to take you down to Amelia Island, Florida, and catch up with an old friend of mine, Eric Button. Here's a quick clip from today's program with Eric.
It's a daily thing. I would say the biggest thing of late, Neil, is the awareness that fear is temporary. And I can feel God put people in my life. It's not coincidences.
God incidences.
100%. And I see more and more of those on a daily basis.
And later in the podcast, on The Last Word, we'll feature an amazing actor and a guy in long-term recovery, Rob Lowe, on being ready when you're ready. Our website is recoverycoasttocoast.org. And if you'd like to help us out financially, you can once again go to our website, recoverycoasttocoast.org, and click on the tab Donate, which we recently put back online. Pretty simple to use, and we would greatly appreciate it. A reminder, our email address, recoverycoasttocoast@comcast.net. We would love to hear from you. Recovery Coast to Coast is supported by Sundown M Ranch, one of America's oldest, least expensive, and most successful treatment programs. In fact, they are listed in Newsweek magazine's recent list of America's top treatment providers. Now, don't trust your recovery to just any treatment program. And goodness knows there are thousands of them across the country, and a lot of them have profit as their bottom line, and they are most interested in filling beds. Sundown M Ranch, their bottom line is recovery. It's a high-quality treatment program that has been successfully treating individuals and family members since, way back in 1968. If you or someone you know has a problem with alcohol or any other drug, consider one of the best treatment programs around. They've been around for nearly 60 years. Sundown M Ranch, they specialize in the ethical treatment with everyone treated with dignity and respect. In fact, at Sundown M Ranch, patients receive an integrated system of care, including withdrawal management, residential treatment, outpatient treatment, and the all-important continuing care. They help build a bridge from inpatient treatment back into the family, the workplace, and the community. Treatment is abstinence-based and 12-step centered. Now, to find out more about Sundown M Ranch, visit their website where you can take a look at their treatment philosophy, and you can see photos of their facility at the mouth of the beautiful Yakima River Canyon. Not far from Seattle, sundown.org. It's where recovery begins. Well, it's coffee and conversation time once again. Orange is the new black, but it's also the new limitless sky of recovery. Just ask Eric Button, which I did recently at the NAATP Leadership Conference in Amelia Island, Florida. Eric exudes recovery with his smile, his wit, and most of all, his limitless compassion for those still struggling against the disease of addiction. Eric has been around the block, he's been behind the block, and even in the block, the cell block. But he climbed over that block 22 years ago. And when the dust and the dirt finally settled and the bright rays of sunshine accentuated his continuous sobriety, He was back on top. I'm sure you'll enjoy my conversation with my friend Eric Button. Welcome back to Recovery Coast to Coast. I'm Neil Scott. We are down here in Amelia Island, Florida. Beautiful location for the NAATP conference, the National Association of Addiction Treatment Providers. And gosh, I've been coming to this for 20, 30 years. And there's two conferences that I absolutely love to come to. One is NAATP, and one is TAP down in Texas. And the guy that I see at both of these is Eric Button, and he's the orange man.
Yeah.
Orange, you're glad you're here this morning?
Orange, you're grateful.
Orange, you're grateful.
Yes.
Absolutely.
Yes.
Eric, over the years, I've always wanted to talk to you to find out your story, and I appreciate you coming over. How long have you been in recovery?
So I got sober on the 21st day of July, 2005. It is not a day that I woke up that morning and said I'm going to get sober, but the universe used the legal means to help persuade me.
Little nudge from the judge?
Yes.
Yeah. What was happening in the year prior, Eric?
Just chaos, and I thought I was in control of the chaos because I always had the jobs which afforded me to buy the lawyers to buy me out of trouble.
I assume there was a lot of trouble to be bought out of.
Correct. The insanity, the real insane part is I would have bond already paid before I actually got arrested. So you can take money to a bonding agent. They would hold on to $5,000 for me.
In your account?
In my account. And $5,000 would get you a $50,000 bond. And so if I got in trouble,
not if you got in trouble, when you got in trouble.
When I got in trouble, it was already paid.
When did you first start drinking or using?
16. I'm 58 now.
Do you remember your first drink?
I do. And I got sick. And it was tequila. I do. And it was horrible the next day. And that night I did it again.
And again?
Yep.
And again?
And again.
When did the problem start, Eric?
It started really quick, Neil. The first time I ever got arrested, I was 2 weeks this side of my 16th birthday.
What did you get popped for?
Public intoxication.
Just before you were 16 years old?
No, just shortly after, 2 weeks this side of it.
16 years old?
Yeah. And I was able to get myself out of jail because I had money in my pocket, and I had a friend, 18-year-old friend, come sign me out of jail. That's the way it worked back then.
And you continued on that path?
Oh, yeah.
Did anybody say, Eric, you need to do something about your drinking?
Yeah, my family did, and how they did was they said that it's unacceptable, and they didn't enable it. I figured out how to enable myself. I was really good at making appearances when I was supposed to. There's only a few times that I didn't make it for appearances, so I led a double life for a long time.
That took a lot of energy. That was a full-time job.
100%, it's a full-time job, yeah.
So take us to the end, or perhaps the beginning.
So the very end is me having everybody fooled again that I'm staying sober, and I'm not.
You say staying sober. Had you tried recovery before?
No.
But
what I mean by trying to stay, or appearing that I was staying sober, I had a whole new level of deception that I was operating in. And I jumped through all the hoops, which would allow me to have visitation with my daughter, who I hadn't got to take on a trip for a couple of years previously. I was going to pick her up at school and take her to SeaWorld. I was living in Dallas at the time. Mm-hmm. This particular Friday morning, I pulled through a stop sign 1 block from my house, and there just happened to be a police officer there, and I got arrested for the last time. Needless to say, I didn't pick up Jordan, and the covers got pulled off of the reality of what was going on.
What happened then?
By then, I'm in lots of trouble already with the legal system in Texas. I was able to pull on one more magic lever, and an attorney in Dallas, Texas had the foresight that, given my history, he said the only thing that's going to help you is long-term treatment, achieve long-term recovery.
So that attorney was...
Jim Burnham is his name. He said there's really 2 places that you could go. One of
Jail
them,
or death?
well, he's working to keep me out of jail.
Oh,
He said you can go to Alina Lodge up in New Jersey.
for the reluctant to recover.
Yes, or you can go to Burning Tree in Kaufman, Texas. I wanted to stay in Texas, so I went to Burning Tree, and it was the best decision I ever made in my life. I can tell you, being a client at Burning Tree, it was about 7 months in, and I was still being the actor. I could still show you what you needed to see, but I wasn't aligned with what's going on internally.
When did you start working the program?
I'm about 7, almost 8 months in to being at Burning Tree, which is a progress-based program. There was visitation, and there's a rule at Burning Tree that the client is supposed to say bye to the family inside the building. Well, for just about every month that my parents brought my daughter down for visitation, I would go out to the car, and I got very calculated with it. I would tell them, hey, you know, you probably should go so you don't have a hassle at the airport. It's going to be traffic. Well, I would have them leave a little early so I could go out to the car while everybody else, the commotion of everybody departing in the building, would disguise my actions. I was telling myself I needed to go tuck Jordan in the car seat. Well, I wasn't in Dallas tucking her in the car seat. I wasn't anywhere where they picked her up to tuck her in the car seat, right? It was delusion. I can remember my dad telling me one time early, he says, hey, you're not supposed to be out here. And I said, it's all right. I'm all right. So that following Monday, they brought it to my attention. They had what they called an opportunity to grow.
I love it.
And I asked them to take my visitation away the next month. And you couldn't have scripted it any better. God had a hand in it. The next visitation was Father's Day.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah. And
Oh,
I'll never forget getting to call Jordan and explaining to her that she's not going to have visitation with me the next month with my counselor.
How old was she then?
7.
Oh,
And guess what Jordan told me? She said, well, Dad, you're supposed to follow the rules. My 7-year-old told me that.
from the mouth of babes.
Yeah, she's 28 years old now. She's a registered nurse. She works in the progressive cardiac unit. Pretty successful woman.
How proud of
Yeah.
her are you?
Lots. And I would say she's very proud of me. I'll be coming up on 21 years sober. I fell into this career. Basically, I met a guy named Mark Houston, who was the CEO of Burning Tree, when I got the opportunity to go through. He was there about 6-7 months, and he opened a program in Texas. I went to work for him. I took a $9 an hour job at 38 years old, being a tech. And I've had the opportunity to do every single job in this field other than being a counselor. But in a way, I'm not a licensed counselor professional, but in a way, I get to counsel lots of people. I love going to detox, helping eliminate their fears.
Sharing your story.
Sharing my story, just being compassionate, empathy, not sympathy. God's blessed me with several opportunities.
How have you grown in your recovery?
Oh, it's a daily thing. I would say the biggest thing of late, Neil, is the awareness that fear is temporary. And I can feel God put people in my life. It's not coincidences.
God incidences.
God incident, 100%. And I see more and more of those on a daily basis. I believe I'm right in the middle of it.
I have a friend who's a singer-songwriter out of North Carolina, named Chuck Brodsky, and he has a song, and the lyric is, "We are each other's angels. We meet when it is time. We keep each other going. We show each other signs."
I like that.
And it all comes together, and the gift of recovery is a gift that keeps on giving, keeps on growing. Yours is an amazing story because you went to Burning Tree and you never left.
For about 5 years of my early recovery, I didn't work at Burning Tree. And as a matter of fact, I'm in my 14th year at Burning Tree now. And I got an opportunity to go work at Burning Tree right here at this conference. It was CORE conference. And our founder and owner, David Elliott, asked to meet me for lunch. And we visited, and he asked if I ever thought about coming to work for him. And I said I really hadn't. And I was operating sober living homes in Austin, and I was operating a post-treatment monitoring company called Addiction Directions with a couple other partners. Something just seemed right, and I told him I think I'll seize this opportunity. And I pretty much walked away from Addiction Directions. I set it up for success. I've been at Burning Tree ever since.
What does recovery mean to you today, Eric?
It is a constant opportunity to give away what I've been given and to lend a hand and to bring people together.
And you've been doing that for a long time.
Yeah.
One day at a time.
One day at a time.
One client at a time.
Yep.
One friend at a time.
Yep.
And on.
And one family at a time.
And one family.
I get a lot of opportunities to talk to families.
Yeah. And tell me about your family's pride in you today.
So my dad is 86. I just lost my mom a year ago this May. Recovery's allowed me to be very much a part of their life as they move on to the next. And that presence, they have shared with me many times how much that means to them.
How does spirituality figure into your recovery?
It's everything. It's everything. It's the energy. It's the power. It's the connection. It's the fuel. And it's in all of us when we're using chemicals or drugs.
Masks.
Blocks us. But that power's there. It's just waiting on us to seize it.
I always say the bright side of addiction is recovery, and you embody that.
Well, I appreciate that.
I thank you so much. And, for years I've been trying to get you, and
yeah,
today it finally happened. So I appreciate
100%.
it. You said yesterday, I promise, and you fulfilled the promise.
Yeah, I told you I'd come over first thing, and here we are.
Here we are.
Yeah.
Thank you, Eric.
Love you, Neil.
I love you too.
Thank you for all you do for us.
I hope you've enjoyed the conversation I had with my friend Eric, who celebrates his ongoing recovery one day, one person at a time. And by the way, I want to remind listeners of this podcast, if you would like to tell your story of recovery, regardless of the path you've chosen, and as long as you have been in continuous recovery for a year or more, drop us a note at recoverycoasttocoast@comcast.net, and we will set up either a Zoom or a phone conversation, whichever works for you. Coming up next, today's Last Word, featuring award-winning actor Rob Lowe in just 30 seconds.
Are you afraid? Afraid of life without drugs and alcohol? There is help and hope at Sundown M Ranch. At Sundown, the focus is on you and your disease. You will learn how to live without depending on drugs and alcohol. Sundown M Ranch is nationally recognized for effective and affordable alcohol and drug treatment programs. Reclaim your life. Replace your fears with hope. Go to www.sundown.org right now to learn more.
And now, as promised, actor Rob Lowe on being ready when you're ready.
They say in recovery, you're ready when you're ready. And a lot of times there's no rhyme or reason. People can tell you the same thing over and over and over again. And you can only do it when you want to do it. Nobody can get sober to save a marriage, to save a relationship, to save a job. Just at the right day, at the right moment, the right person tells it to you, and finally you hear it.
It is award-winning actor Rob Lowe who gets today's last word. That wraps up this edition of Recovery Coast to Coast, the national podcast. If you have enjoyed our podcast, I'd be grateful if you would share it with one or two other people. If you'd like to get in touch, our email, recoverycoasttocoast@comcast.net. And please hit the subscribe or follow button. It's free, and you'll be notified the next time we publish a podcast. And if you'd like to help us out financially, that would be lovingly appreciated. Please go to our website, recoverycoasttocoast.org, and click on the Donate tab. If you're considering treatment for a friend or a loved one, be sure and visit NAATP.org/AID. It's the Addiction Information Directory. a listing of those treatment programs that adhere to the strict ethical guidelines. One of them is Sundown M Ranch. Another one is Burning Tree down in Texas, which our guest today, Eric Button, told you all about. But there are thousands of other treatment programs, good treatment programs as well. And join us next time for America's Voice for Recovery, Recovery Coast to Coast, the national podcast. And another shout out to our sponsoring organization, Sundown M Ranch, where recovery begins, sundown.org. I'm Neil Scott reminding you to stay healthy, live in gratitude, and be kind to others. And remember, the bright side of addiction is recovery. Pass it on.